Hi guys, it seems like Module 3 is keeping everyone busy. So let's make Modules 1 through 3 compulsory to finish by the end of this week. And this one will be a bonus that this knowledge might come in useful for honours next year. But you don't have to necessarily do the exercise for this one if you don't want to. I just wanted to show you about macros, which kind of brings us full circle back to the programming that you did right at the start of the session. So macros are a function in Excel that allow you to repeat a set of, or a sequence of actions on a set of data in an automated, really fast way. And they're really useful if your data collection software gives you data in a pretty raw format that you need to do some work to put together averages to analyze, for example. So this is the recognition data that we were working with before, and what I've done is just put each participant's data on a separate sheet, which is, let me delete that bit, which is what you would probably get it as output from your data collection software. So remember we had a participant number in this column, and then study condition and test condition and recognition score, whether they got it right or wrong. And what we really want to know is on what percentage of trials did each participant get it right or wrong. And so what we want to do is have Excel do that calculation for us automatically, so we can do it really fast rather than having to do it for each individual participant. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not great at writing code from scratch, those of you who learned MATLAB would probably be able to write code to do this kind of simple analysis. What I'm going to do is record a macro where what that does is, just like video recording, it records every action that you do on the first set, and then you can run it and repeat that action on the second, third, fourth, through to the sixth. So on the View tab in Excel, there's this option for macros. And if you just press record, then from now on, it will record everything that you do on the sheet. Now, I mean everything. So if you make a mistake, it's going to record that mistake. So you just want to be careful that that you're doing everything that you want in a purposeful way. It requires some planning and forethought. Okay, so from now on, it's recording everything I do. The first thing I want to do is label this data, right? So we want to insert a row here, and this is the participant number, and this is the study condition, and this is the test condition, and this is the accuracy score. And then I'm also going to insert a column because maybe I might want to summarize the accuracy by blocks of trials. So let's imagine that these are the trial numbers in sequential order, and Excel will be pretty smart, and if you give it a few of a sequence and then drag the corner down, it'll guess what you want. And I want trial numbers up to trial 80. Now what I want it to do is to add up how many ones are in this accuracy column to give me correct trials. So I can tell it equals sum of this column. So they got 60 correct trials. Now I don't know that everybody has the same number of trials. So because it's going to repeat this exercise on each of the participants, it's safer to have it count how many trials a participant completed. So we would just want to count how many these are. So this one completed 80, and then calculate the percentage, so correct trials out of the total times 100. And then just to try out some of the other formulas we have been using up until this point, maybe I want it to count the number of correct trials when in the first block of 20 trials, for example. So you can use a formula sum if And the nice thing about this is that it'll give you a little pop-up where you can, it's much easier to enter the information that it wants to know. So sum if the range, so the range of trial numbers, that's what I want it to decide what it's going to sum, is less than, let's say I want the first 20 trials, so less than 21, and then I want it to sum this range of accuracy scores. Okay, so trials 1 to 20. And let's say I want it to do that again, but I just want to look at the last 20 trials. So I want it to do equals sum if. Again, I want it to do decide what trials it's going to sum using that column. And this time I want it to sum if those trial numbers are greater than 59. So from trial 60 and this one. Okay, so that's the information I want to summarize. I'm going to call this percent accuracy, and then I'm going to go back up to my macros and stop recording. So it's been recording everything that I've done so far. Stop recording. Okay, so now that I've recorded my macro, I can try it out and see if it does exactly the same thing to the next sheet. So this is the data from participant 2. Let me get rid of this column because it has already put in participant numbers when I was practicing. Oh, and this one. Let's start from a clean sheet. All right, that looks good. So let's try running the macro that we've recorded. So we're going to view macros, and I've called this one intern, and you just go run and then cross your fingers. Aha. So what did it do? It inserted the row that we wanted and inserted trial numbers in another column, and then it summarized the number of correct trials, the total number of trials. This person got exactly the same amount right as the previous person, and has given us the count of the number of trials correct in the first 20 trials and in the last 20 trials. Let's see what happens if we run it on participant 3. Oops, let's get rid of this. And this one. Okay, and try it again. Run the intern macro, and it works again. Okay, so you can see how that might be useful if you had large data files. It works. I do a lot of eye tracking, and it works really well to just get rid of the excess columns that you don't want and summarize, run filters in a really fast way when you're dealing with a data sheet that is 1,000 pages long. So I hope that is useful. I will load the raw recognition macro Excel file so that if you guys want to have a go, you can just try recording the macro that I just recorded and see if you can make it do the same thing. Good luck.